Good.
This will exempt you from wearing a mask.
About a month ago, I was riding my bike through downtown Toronto, and I noticed about a dozen people who were holding placards. Their goal was to, quote, educate people on how they don't have to wear masks. They were handing out these little cards that had all sorts of what they called facts about how masks can deprive you of oxygen. When I was handed one, I just decided to rip it up.
On July 7th, the Mayor of Toronto brought into action a mandatory mask law. So we decided to gather in a group and oppose it. There was Brian Tao on his bicycle, with a little camera around his neck. I jumped in. I decided, let me give him enough content to go viral.
I said, you're the same kind of people that walk the Jews right into the gas tank. I've got 13 degrees in psychology. I'm a member of Mensa.
I said the most absolutely ridiculous things a person could possibly say, and it worked.
Kellyanne has been branded a Karen by many people online. I think she's more of a COVIDiot.
Anybody who is going to commit to this kind of civil obedience is the same kind of people that believe their government when they walk the Jews into the gas tank.
Kellyanne is seeking fame and notoriety through this.
When some post, Brian has labeled me an anti-Semitic, white, craziest Karen. Because he did that, you would not believe the threats. Somebody left feces at my front door with a note saying, we're going to kill you. The term Karen is a racial label against white women with an opinion. It's absolutely ridiculous. I am the executive director for Mothers Against Distancing. MAD was created because there is a campaign to mandate masks on our children. What you're saying to me is that you want to put something on my child's face that is full of germs and then have them breathe that in for 6 to 8 hours a day?
What I find ironic is that these anti-mask groups are the ones who are promoting fear. Without them, I think people would be getting along with this pandemic a lot better.
Look around, there's not people dying everywhere. We've got hospitals with furloughed doctors. Where's all the sick people?
Brian and Kellyanne join me now from separate locations in Toronto via Ionico. So I'm glad that both of you are here. Sandrella is here as well. Kellyanne, you guys were on the street corner and you were handing out flyers that were giving people information that was in support of not wearing masks.
We were giving people access to information that was being oppressed from them. See, it seems that this entire narrative is one-sided and very biased, and people are not getting access to the opposite side of the argument. We are not anti-mask by any means. We're pro-information.
Let's take a closer look at the flyer. Breathing through a mask decreases the amount of oxygen we need to live and be healthy, and increases blood acidity and makes breathing difficult. Listen, I am not a pulmonologist, so let me be very clear about that. But I do have access to some of the top experts in the world, as you can imagine, and it appears that that assertion is absolutely false. Also, the World Health Organization on oxygen depletion said the prolonged use of medical masks can be uncomfortable for sure. However, it does not lead to CO2 intoxication nor oxygen deficiency.
Okay, I didn't write the information on the flyer, Dr. Phil. And at the time that those flyers were handed out, the information from your experts was not yet released.
And it certainly is.
The science is ever changing. You know that more than anybody.
I absolutely agree with that.
But the one thing that hasn't changed is the fact that the science is unsettled.
Well, one thing is pretty consistent, and that is that masks alone will not control people's exposure to COVID-19, but absolutely are an essential part of controlling the spread and the contraction of COVID-19.
And we're not I'm not against that. If you're sick, by all means, and you have to go out in public, by all means, wear a mask. But there is absolutely no reason and no logic to providing a one-size-fits-all solution to billions of people with individual health requirements. The mandatory mask policy is absolutely absurd.